When you think of a controversial YouTuber, who do you think of? Do you think of Filthy Frank, known for dressing up in a purple-pink suit, making memorable memes on the YouTube platform? Or do you think of PewDiePie, one of the biggest content creators to ever grace the platform? Or even Leafy is here, known for bullying children on the internet? But as the post-COVID era dawned, such content faded. YouTube's strict monetization policies reshaped the platform. Edgy creators had a choice, evolve or fade away. Filthy Frank became the respected musician Joji. PewDiePie's content shifted and now he enjoys a quiet life in Japan. Leafy attempted comebacks but after repeated bans found refuge elsewhere. As many saw the end of the controversial YouTube era, one creator remained defiantly relevant. Enter iDubbbz. Ian Jahoma, better known as iDubbbz or iDubbbz TV, rose to fame through series like Kickstarter Crap, Bad Unboxing, and notably Content Cop. This series, amassing over 300 million views, made iDubbbz a household name for critiquing other creators. While celebrated by many, iDubbbz wasn't without controversy, having ties to both Filthy Frank and PewDiePie, who were a part of the edgier YouTube landscape. But as YouTube evolved, so did iDubbbz, often in ways that favoured him, though not always. In this documentary, we're journeying through iDubbbz's rise, transformations, and low points. Without further ado, I am Samuel, and this is the tragedy of iDubbbz. While much of iDubbbz's personal life remains shrouded in mystery, it's established that he was born on October 1st, 1990 in California. His upbringing occurred in Southern California trailer park alongside his older sister, under the care of a single mother until he reached around 10 years of age. Throughout the first 10 years of his life, his father remained incarcerated, and it wasn't until his adolescent years he would re-enter his life. This pivotal moment marked the family's transition from living in a trailer park to a proper house. Ian reminisces about his relationship with his father, characterizing it as a positive, albeit filled with expectations and pressures. In a March 2023 interview with Anthony Padilla, you can see iDubbbz talking about his childhood.
I was raised by a single mother till I was 10-ish. I made a lot of friends with like the weird kids. They're actually not weird. They were guys who were also raised by single mothers. They were a little bit more, I would say that they just weren't assholes.
Oh, they had some sense of empathy?
His teenage years were spent at Carlsbad High School, and later he successfully graduated from California State University of San Marcos with a bachelor's degree in business management. Around his college years, Ian began to assert his online presence in mid-2010 at the age of 19. He launched his first public YouTube channel, iDubbbz. Although many of his early uploads have since been privatized, glimpses into this period are accessible through the Wayback Machine, showcasing his aspirations of pursuing a career as a video game player. These initial forays into content creation spotlighted Overgrowth, Amnesia, and Minecraft playthroughs. Yet a turning point arrived on August 17, 2012, when Ian commenced a new channel, iDubbbz TV. This change was reportedly fueled by his frustration over the inability to monetize his content. Initially, he continued producing gaming-focused content on his new channel. However, Ian soon recognized the need for a different approach. To foster a steadily growing audience, he embarked on the path of infusing his content with his own personality, making his videos more engaging and distinct. Interestingly, some of Ian's older gaming uploads transformed into inside jokes within the growing iDubbbz fanbase, with the infamous Slenderman Gangnam Style episode being a notable example. The shift towards personality-driven content materialized in the form of Gaming News Crap, where Ian shared his opinions on upcoming game releases and gaming news. This show, less formal yet creatively fulfilling, serves as a precursor to what would later evolve into Kickstarter Crap. In the debut episode of Kickstarter Crap, Ian formally announced the show's narrowed focus, transitioning from a broader gaming commentary into a more concentrated critique of Kickstarter projects. This evolution marked a decisive moment in shaping the content for which iDubbbz would become renowned. A retrospective examination of the series reveals the elements of iDubbbz's signature style. In the inaugural episode, he's targeted a dubious Kickstarter project titled The Unknown Virus. This inside horror game's questionable pledge rewards and a lack of essential details become the focus of Ian's satirical criticism. The video showcased his witty commentary on the developer's approach, the challenges outlined in the campaign, and the oddly specific back-end goal. This initial episode laid the groundwork for Kickstarter Crap to become a central feature on the iDubbbz's channel, ultimately spanning over 200 episodes. In around 2013 to 2014, Ian's parents nudged him towards conventional employment due to his recent business degree. Nevertheless, Ian garnered a substantial following during the heyday of Kickstarter Crap, allowing him to sustain himself through YouTube earnings. This pursuit aligned with Ian's desire to evade traditional employment. According to Ian, in an interview with Anthony Padilla, Ian stated, "My whole goal, to be honest, was to just make enough to live on. I did not want a normal job." Notably, Ian's journey involved juggling multiple jobs, including a stint at Gap and later at a Lego theme park, to support his pursuit of content creation on YouTube. His engagement in other YouTube ventures led to the creation of Bad Unboxing on August 6, 2014. In this series, Ian explored and reviewed low quality or unconventional items purchased online. Alongside Kickstarter Crap, Bad Unboxing emerged as a defining pillar of iDubbbz TV's channel. Despite the diversification, Ian's early aspirations of YouTube gaming stardom, saw a separate channel, iDubbbz Games, created on April 21st, 2015. This endeavor, however, eventually tapered off as iDubbbz finally embraced his newfound niche. Achieving the milestone of 100,000 subscribers in May 2015, Ian's path to success was marked by persistent experimentation and change. His journey stands in stark contrast to the rapid rise of many contemporary YouTubers. Recall the mention of collaborations earlier? Allow me to delve briefly into the friends that progressed iDubbbz's story, shedding light on why this chapter bears such significance. Starting with George Miller, now recognized professionally as Joji, an internet sensation before attaining chart-topping musical acclaim, and Max Mofo, or Max Stanley, an Australian content creator celebrated for challenge videos and co-hosting the Cold Ones podcast. The other co-host of Cold Ones podcast being Anything for Views, aka Chad Roberts, a fellow Australian recognized for his role in hosting the baited podcast with Keemstar and Colossus Crazy, and then later Cold Ones. And then lastly, How to Basic, an Australian creator renowned for satirical tutorial videos, distinguished by their absurdity and chaotic egg-throwing antics. Ian here, of course, shines in Filthy Frank's notorious Cake Trilogy. For the unfamiliar, the Cake Trilogy encompasses a series of now deleted videos released on the Filthy Frank channel between July 2015 and August 2016. Each installment showcases Filthy Frank and a special guest cooking cakes in bizarre and repulsive manners, including the incorporation of bodily fluids and hair as ingredients. iDubbbz would feature in several more Filthy Frank videos, but iDubbbz's presence in the Filthy Frank saga spanned a relatively brief period. It signified the inception of a series of prolific collaborations, yet this chapter merely marked the beginning of Ian's ventures. His subsequent collaborations with George, Chad, and Max in the mid-2010s would eventually be eclipsed, his most defining creation, a series that would reshape the iDubbbz identity. Thus far, we've delved into the story of Ian and his immersion into the world of Filthy Frank and others. But what lay ahead was the content cop. From 2015 to 2016, YouTube experienced what many term its golden era. The platform was marked by limited restrictions and minimal concerns about demonetization and media attention. Video uploads happened freely, leading to diverse content ranging from Filthy Frank's edgy humor to blatant sensationalism. Concurrently, drama and commentary channels gained traction, with icons like Keemstar and Leafy at the helm. The YouTube community was engrossed with discussions about creators' actions, which had widespread implications. Within this environment, Content Cop was born. The series began with a straightforward yet unique concept. Ian as Content Cop wore a police uniform, critiquing and poking fun at other content creators and genres for subpar content or dubious actions. Each episode started with a familiar intro skit, underscored by Otis McDonald's Otis McMusic. The first episode of this series highlighted Jinx Reload, who was central to the reaction trend at that time. In this video, a lot of the tropes that you can find in Content Cop start here.
Your goal was to outdo everything the other reaction channels were doing? So you looked at the Fine Bros reaction channel and you said, yeah, I could do better than that. I'll show the video in its entirety rather than just showing clips of it. That's where the Fine Bros are fucking up.
Interestingly, the episode presupposed viewers' knowledge of Jinx, emphasizing the commentary community's significance. By the time Ian covered Jinx, creators like I Hate Everything and Jack's Films had already discussed him, making Jinx well known. Content Cop's distinction was its humorous take on critique. Although it didn't reveal groundbreaking insights, Ian kept it engaging without dragging it with long introductions. The episode seamlessly combined information and humor, using precise references to enhance comedic value. After this point, Content Cops became a staple of iDubbbz's channel, each being more iconic than the last.
The name Daniel Keem, commonly known as Keemstar, has been a prominent fixture in the commentary community since its early days and continues to hold relevance even today. Most recognized for hosting the internet pop culture news show, Drama Alert, Keemstar faced what many consider to be a low point in his career during the year 2016. This period saw Keemstar embroiled in a series of controversies and conflicts that left a lasting mark on his reputation. But to better grasp the context, let's take a brief look at some of Keemstar's past controversies. In 2010, during a disagreement with a moderator named Alex on battlecam.com, Keemstar encouraged his viewers to type a racially offensive slur in the stream's chat. While he later apologized, this incident resurfaced in subsequent controversies, contributing to a larger narrative surrounding Keemstar. Fast forwarding to 2016, in January, Keemstar posted a tweet directed at Total Biscuit, a YouTuber diagnosed with terminal cancer, expressing anticipation for when he would report on his death. Though Keemstar later apologized, this tweet aged poorly after Total Biscuit's unfortunate passing in May 2018. Another 2016 incident involved Keem falsely falsely accusing a RuneScape Twitch streamer named Tony Winchester, or RS Glory and Gold, of being a pedophile. Keemstar confused him with a convicted sex offender named John Phillips, who looked very similar, leading to a damaging mistake. This misstep, while having innocent intentions, resulted in Tony facing severe harassment, despite him being innocent. Even after Keemstar apologized and Tony forgave him, the damage was already done. Though events like wrongly targeting an innocent streamer sparked significant backlash, a recurring pattern of controversy, apology, and temporary calm persisted. Given Keemstar's extended online presence, a treasure trove of his problematic moments was bound to exist, ready to challenge him. One of the first to publicly confront Keemstar's behavior was actually Ian, who released content cop Keemstar on May 5th, 2016. Around 3 months after his previous episode, the Keemstar content cop marked a substantial turning point for the iDubbbz TV channel. This video was actually the longest Ian had created at that time, with the goal of systematically critiquing and deconstructing DramaAlert and Keemstar as a personality. The video featured live-action skits, including Ian wandering through an empty sewer drain and destroying a painted gnome. Here are the key points from the video. 1. Ian's critique of Keemstar's language. The video began by highlighting Keemstar's excessive use of derogatory and offensive language, particularly the N-word and other offensive terms. While Ian stated that he wouldn't use these instances as arguments, he employed them for comedic effect. The underlying message here was that Keemstar's language and its context were problematic and inappropriate, and tended to generate comedic value rather than as a primary focus. 2. Keemstar's sensitivity. Ian criticized Keemstar for his sensitive and defensive behavior, particularly evident on Twitter. He mocked Keem's exaggerated reactions to mild criticism, including instances involving YouTubers like Pyrocynical. Ian highlighted Keemstar's aggressive responses to seemingly trivial comments. 3. Keemstar's impulsive decisions. Keemstar was portrayed as a rash decision maker who spoke without considering consequences. Ian provided examples of Keemstar making regrettable statements, such as falsely accusing Tony Winchester of being a pedophile. 4. Keemstar's hypocrisy and manipulation. Ian accused Keem of hypocrisy and manipulation, showcasing instances where Keemstar criticized behaviors he himself exhibited. Keemstar's manipulation of situations to his advantage, like inviting YouTubers to his show to gain exposure, was also highlighted. 5. The DramaAlert effect. Ian humorously ridiculed Keem's tendency to overhype videos on Twitter with exaggerated language, generating anticipation for his content releases. Keem's use of Tumblr posts as content. Ian poked fun at Keemstar using a 20-minute narration of a Tumblr post as content, highlighting this as an example of uninteresting and unnecessary content choices. 7. Keem's private conversations and persona. In a surprising move, Ian revealed private conversations between himself and Keemstar. These leaked DMs were utilized to expose Keem's contradictions, suggesting a gap between his private and public personas. Ian also addressed and mocked Keemstar's attempts to portray their relationship as friendly, while simultaneously exhibiting antagonistic behavior. The video culminated with Ian delivering the now infamous line, "And I've never said this unironically, but I think this will be the first time I say it unironically and mean it. Kill yourself." 8. The musical parody. The video concluded with a playful montage of Ian and friends dancing and enjoying popcorn in a desert landscape. They shot a gnome painted with Keemstar's likeness using a shotgun, accompanied by a musical parody of Smash Mouth's hit song All Star. The modified lyrics mocked Keemstar's actions and behavior. The impact from this video was swift and considerable. It resonated with a large portion of the YouTube community, amplifying existing concerns about Keem's conduct during a challenging phase for him. The episode firmly established Content Cop as a series capable of taking down prominent YouTubers. Unlike previous subjects such as Jinx or the Fine Bros, Keem's case had a more substantial impact and was less divisive. This Content Cop episode sparked a substantial collective response, propelling Ian to greater prominence against the odds. It marked a turning point in his career, significantly contributing to his large and devoted fanbase. In the months following the episode's release, Ian's subscriber count surged by almost 500,000. Concurrently, Keemstar's reputation and standing in the community significantly deteriorated. Nevertheless, Keem displayed a seemingly unaffected attitude from the outset, even finding amusement in the video and appreciating iDubbbz's content. Over the ensuing years, Keemstar remained entangled in controversies, including a major feud with Ethan Klein during the pandemic. This dispute reignited debates over Keem's role in the tragic passing of Etika, who appeared on Keemstar's show shortly before taking his own life. Despite this, Keemstar managed to maintain a substantial platform and following. Although not universally as disliked as before, he continues to be a polarizing figure, underscoring the enduring impact of Ian's Content Cop episode. The episode even gave birth to the ongoing joke of likening Keemstar to a gnome, becoming a popular meme within various online communities. In retrospect, the Keemstar episode marked Content Cop's transformation into something truly special. Not just another YouTuber web series, but rather a complete and total internet phenomenon. Recognizing this shift, Ian took time to reshape the series and further alter the overall focus and essence of Content Cop. This transformation came to fruition in subsequent episodes, marking a new chapter in the series. With that, I hand the floor back to Kusari. This is Turkey Tom, and until next time, Leave me alone.
Yes, I am Kazari. A big shout out goes to Turkey Tom for joining in on the video. You can subscribe to his two channels at Turkey Tom and Tom Dark, both linked in the description. Now let's dive back into the world of Content Cop. Ian would post several other Content Cops that would make a dent in the scene, but as Content Cop continued its evolution, it became evident that the time had come for Ian to unleash a video that would leave a lasting impact on the internet. It was the moment when the full transformation of Content Cop was set in motion, and in the 8th episode of the series, Ian held nothing back. Calvin Lee, better recognized by his online alias of Leafy is Here or simply Leafy, is an American former YouTuber and current Rumble streamer. He gained fame for his commentary, reaction, and drama videos, effectively popularizing the gameplay commentary style. Despite his content receiving heavy criticism, it propelled his ascent on YouTube and contributed to the rise of similar commentary creators. This genre continues to thrive among content creators. His influence reached far and wide, even garnering praise from significant YouTubers like MrBeast and PewDiePie. Ian's Content Cop on Leafy didn't just cover his content and break down his content, it also broke down Leafy's appearance. This Content Cop in particular is renowned for not only breaking down Leafy's content and his gameplay commentary style, but also making fun of the fact that Leafy has no chin. Ironically, the chin joke being the main staple of the video and what the video is well most known for.
Weak chin, their enemy, is the profile shot. It ruins them. But I want to show you this video in his natural environment and show you really how timid the poor guy is.
Do you know who this is?
That's Leafy is queer, bro.
This is the boy himself.
You kind of have to feel bad for Leafy at this moment, because not only is his chin open to the public, but he has this fat piece of shit touching on him.
Following iDubbbz's video, Calvin's subscriber count began to plummet dramatically, resulting in a significant loss of 2,000 subscribers per day according to Social Blade. While iDubbbz's video played a role, many speculate why Calvin's content had been gradually losing appeal prior to the video, and iDubbbz's video served as the final nudge that some of his audience needed to move on. Leafy would post a response to iDubbbz's Content Cop, which would do little to save his reputation. iDubbbz would then post a Content Deputy video which would tear down this response. Just after 2 years later, starting in December 2017, Leafy's YouTube channel entered a hiatus that lasted more than 2 years. Whether iDubbbz's drama truly led to Leafy's channel's decline remains uncertain, yet this chapter in Leafy's journey through the iDubbbz saga isn't the end. However, for now, let's shift our focus to a new chapter. Internet Anarchists will take it up from here.
Following the Leafy incident, the 9th episode of Content Cop aired on October the 11th, 2016. Its primary focus was on channels that centered around the destruction of expensive electronics, such as computers, laptops, and most notably, iPhones. The crux of the video was that these tech destruction channels lured viewers with shock value of obliterating valuable electronics. Despite their appeal, these channels often lacked originality and character. A significant part of the episode was devoted to Ian devising unique approaches for the live-action skit segment of the Content Cop series. The episode's finale nearly saw him arrested for dropping objects off a public building. Upon its release, the episode was well received, but its impact was muted. Even today, most tech destruction channels that were showcased in the video are thriving, with the trend seemingly bigger than ever. However, this chapter's primary subject isn't about tech destruction. Instead, let's turn our attention to Tana Mongeau. Tana Marie Mongeau, an American YouTuber, is renowned for her storytime videos. Boasting over 5 million subscribers and 900 million channel views, Tana has been both a popular and contentious figure in the YouTube community. Now, for those unfamiliar with Ian's style of content at this stage of his career, he never hesitated to be controversial. His content often teetered on the edge, sometimes using harsh language. Although known for pushing boundaries in 2016 to 2017, many who knew of him hadn't viewed his recent content and were taken aback by his usage of slurs. This background is essential because it's central to the saga and ensuing controversy. Both parties, as will be discussed, used their fair share of offensive language. It's important to note that neither I nor Kasari endorse or support the use of prejudiced language. The rift between Tana and Ian commenced on December the 10th, 2016. Tana came across Ian's content and took offense. She quickly tweeted at iDubbbz quoting, "At iDubbbz, 3 million people subscribe to you and you openly use the N-word, and retard, kill yourself." The tweet garnered mostly negative reactions, with even some of Tana's fans thinking she overstepped, yet Tana stood by her words. In retaliation, iDubbbz bought a VIP ticket to one of Tana's shows in San Francisco, and during a meet and greet, iDubbbz took a photo with Tana, and while doing so, he said, Anyway, This shocked attendees, leading to Tanner leaving abruptly and iDubbbz's removal from the venue. Ian responded to this on the 6th of February 2017 with his 10th Content Cop episode on Tanner Mongu. He emphasized the concept of equality. Earlier in the video, Ian asserted that Tanner's storytime videos were often exaggerated. While investigating Tanner's past after a tweet, Ian found clips of her using the N-word derogatorily. Ian's use he claimed was comedic, while hers was genuinely disparaging. Nevertheless, most of these clips were old, and Tanner later admitted to her wrongdoing, which led to the meet and greet prank by Ian. Ian later elaborated that Tanner didn't value context when using slurs, a stance he disagreed with. He felt that disregarding context made one more of a hypocrite. He also believed that if one slur was considered taboo, then all should be, suggesting an all or none mentality. Reflecting on this feud, it's clear that the 2017 controversy hasn't aged well, especially given how online opinions and standards have evolved. Nonetheless, Tanner's perceived inconsistencies continued to surface. In a YouNow livestream, it seemed she was upset by hateful comments, but later mirrored this behavior towards Ian, exemplifying her seeming hypocrisy. Before the Content Cop aired on January the 24th, 2017, Tanner uploaded a video titled The N-Word, which would garner over 7 million views. She detailed her encounter with iDubbbz. However, many of her claims were refuted by Ian's own footage. For instance, Tanner said Ian gave a thumbs up during the photo. He merely held her arm. She mentioned Ian spent $200 on a plane ticket to her show. He drove, and a ticket from San Diego to San Francisco is typically around $100. Tanner stated Ian was 30 at the time. He was 26. She claimed Ian had 5 million subscribers. It was 3 million. She alleged Ian wanted to confront the staff, but the unedited footage showed otherwise. The Content Cop episode effectively exposed Tanner's contradictions, using her versions of events against actual footage. Even Tanner conceded to her mistakes, accepting the critique from the episode. Tanner has since remained a known figure online, although controversies still surround her, from the failed TannerCon event to a mock marriage with Jake Paul, and the launch of her cancelled podcast in 2021. For Ian, this phase seemed like a realization of Content Cop's potential. As we continue delving into the Content Cop lore, and I hand the mic back over to Grisari, we're set to delve into what may be the most pivotal video iDubbbz ever produced.
I would like to thank Internet Anarchists for being on this video. Yet again, his channel will be linked down below. However, around this time, a notable trend that developed over time was the emergence of YouTube diss tracks, reminiscent of rap battles. They primarily unfolded online, especially in the late 2010s. RiceGum, whose real name Brian Lee, can be credited as an early creator of the YouTube diss tracks. RiceGum was a content creator that did several things, ranging from music, commentary content, and being a controversial content creator. The vast majority of people, though, watching today's video would have recognized RiceGum for his flexing antics on YouTube. This, not unexpectedly, picked up the attention of the commentary community, and more importantly, iDubbbz. iDubbbz would post his RiceGum Content Cop, which would be one of his most influential content cops to date, and one of his most influential videos ever.
So if you want to call that a joke, go for it. But you are undoubtedly the biggest fence rider on YouTube. You would just as soon make a diss track on Logan Paul as you would drop to your knees and suck him.
This Content Cop also gave birth to one of the most popular diss tracks at that time, and that was iDubbbz's diss track on RiceGum. This featured some controversial content creators, but it also featured PewDiePie, a massive mark for YouTube.
Admit that you just got pounded. I'd say take the L if you could pronounce it. Get it? Because
you see what I mean. Unlike past Content Cops, it did have an effect on RiceGum. However, it didn't really change his reputation because he was always known as a bit like the Leafy and iDubbbz Content Cop situation. RiceGum would also respond to iDubbbz's Content Cop, and iDubbbz would also respond to his response. The usual. However, this would be one of iDubbbz's last big Content Cop style videos for a while. In 2019, iDubbbz appeared to take a more relaxed approach to his content. He focused on producing videos and passion projects that he was genuinely passionate about, rather than adhering to familiar formula. While he continued producing episodes of series like Bad Unboxing and iDubbbz Complains, there was a distinct absence of Content Cop. Many speculated about the future of Content Cop. It became clear in hindsight that the series had ended with the RiceGum episode. iDubbbz's primary interest shifted towards documentary filmmaking, releasing his first documentary on July 31st, 2019. Although iDubbbz had consistently stood out among YouTube creators due to his distinct comedic voice, Full Force held a unique position in his portfolio. This documentary delved deeply into the life of fellow YouTuber Airsoft Fatty, whose real name is Chris LaFon. I've definitely butchered that. Known for his lightsaber duels, food challenges, and candid daily vlogs, the documentary provided an earnest and sympathetic insight into Chris's life. Full Force candidly addressed the challenges Chris faced both personally and online, including obesity, health issues, troubled relationships, and internet criticism, yet it did so with a thoughtful touch. The documentary highlighted the intricacies of a life of a social media personality, particularly for those who don't fit the typical YouTuber mold. 2019 and 2020 were pivotal years for iDubbbz, marked by both the shift in his content style and eschewing controversies. 2019 proved prosperous with Full Force achieving significant success, and iDubbbz consistently entertaining his audience through comedic skits, unboxings, and other varied content. However, 2020 presented a range of challenges. In March of 2020, iDubbbz's girlfriend Anissa, who had worked on iDubbbz videos behind the scenes, joined OnlyFans, leading to significant backlash against iDubbbz, especially considering his prior criticisms of similar online personalities. On March 28, 2020, iDubbbz responded to the controversy, emphasizing the consistency in his views and defending his and Anissa's personal decisions.
But never was that part of my argument. It's just flavor. It's just flavor. Like, in the future, I'll probably say slut and skank again. I don't know why everyone thinks that, like, I made a stand. I stood on top of a hill, and I proclaimed to all my loyal Christian followers, no porn shall ever cross my screen. No woman that I date shall ever lower her standards to the point of being half naked.
This controversy significantly impacted iDubbbz's reputation. Going off of iDubbbz's content cops and now this, a lot of people lost respect for iDubbbz, but at the same time a lot of people felt like the situation was blown out of proportion. However, iDubbbz didn't let this deter his passion for content creation. iDubbbz would post a range of videos in 2020, with all of them being successful. Looking back, 2019 and 2020 were defining years for iDubbbz, marked by both professional growth and personal challenges, from the success of Full Force to the OnlyFans controversy. These years underscored a creator's evolution in a rapidly changing digital environment. Despite the changes, iDubbbz remained a significant figure online. As for what comes next, I'll hand it over to my friend Toastify. Toastify, your turn.
The OnlyFans controversy involving iDubbbz and his girlfriend Anissa was a notable setback for a creator once held in high regard, but it wasn't an immediate blow to his credibility. He still had his successful documentary series, which included videos like Full Force, so the question arose, who would be his next big subject? Enter Sam Hyde, a notorious comedian who has left a significant impact on internet culture through his satirical and subversive methods of comedy. He gained massive amounts of online attention in October 2013 with a TED Talk parody titled 2070 Paradigm Shift, which mocked TED Talks using nonsensical buzzwords. Sam's meta-irony and absurdist humour played a role in shaping internet meme culture. He's also well known for being frequently misreported as the perpetrator for several different mass shootings and terrorist attacks, largely thanks to his fan base of trolls on Twitter. His viral success led to an Adult Swim show called World Peace in 2015, premiering to over 1 million viewers. However, his controversial jokes, presence on platforms like 4chan, and support for controversial figures, specifically on the alt-right, sparked criticism. World Peace, despite having amazing ratings and tons of positive reviews, was cut short after only 6 episodes, largely in part due to a BuzzFeed article written by Joseph Bernstein, alleging that the show had coded racist messages. This, combined with internal disputes at Adult Swim, led to the show's cancellation. Sam believed his vocal support for Donald Trump contributed to the decision, and as a result, his viewer base dwindled from millions of active fans to a niche audience on 4chan. He faced further backlash for supporting the controversial neo-Nazi blogger Andrew Anglin. Sam, who had previously inspired iDubbbz on his earlier content, became the subject of an intriguing documentary opportunity for him. In 2021, Sam pestered iDubbbz about joining a boxing card to fight against popular music critic Anthony Fantano, but the plan evolved into Ian filming a documentary. And as such, Sam and his crew began planning an elaborate prank on iDubbbz to create an exaggerated and fictionalized world for him to document, aiming to make him feel awkward in a way that would be funny to the audience. So, when it came time to filming, iDubbbz documented Sam's quote-unquote life, including sparring, go-karting, and interviews. Sam's crew anticipated the documentary's release, but faced a 9-month wait without communication from iDubbbz. Fearing the project was abandoned, Sam released his own video compilation documenting his side of what happened. The unexpected upload ended up garnering over 3.2 million views. An intriguing part was the tense interview, where Sam's mental dominance over iDubbbz is pretty evident. iDubbbz's questions regarding a past copyright strike revealed that he had previous tensions with Sam before the production of the video. The upload raised questions about iDubbbz's motives and his intentions, especially in regards to twisting his narrative to damage Sam's reputation. Sam's video prompted iDubbbz to release his director's cut, titled Getting Away With It. The improved edit included camera footage from both parties. The conclusion felt somewhat bitter, with iDubbbz expressing dissatisfaction with Sam's behaviour. Viewers of both videos were still divided on the original intention of the documentary. It's important to note that despite how one might feel about Sam as a person or his political views, Sam's prank on iDubbbz had no serious or malicious intent, as he clarified this himself and even expressed public support for iDubbbz. However, this didn't stop the tension between them from growing. While some saw the documentary as a prank-distorted hit piece, others believed iDubbbz was aiming for a more neutral perspective. The documentary's impact was diverse. It propelled Sam Hyde into the limelight and introduced him to the internet at large. The more disillusioned side of iDubbbz's fanbase noticed his work and started to follow him closer. However, Ian's feelings towards Sam were less favourable, leading to heightened tension between them that Kasari will go over later. I've been Toastify, and thank you for watching.
Toastify deserves thanks for assisting with this video. Check out his channel at Toastify on YouTube. As tensions escalated between Sam Hyde and iDubbbz, many diverted their attentions to one of Ian's earlier confrontations. Just before the release of Getting Away With It, iDubbbz dropped a video, "You're Hiding From Me." In this video, iDubbbz unexpectedly targeted RiceGum for the third time. Uploaded in late October 2021, Ian disclosed how he had been navigating problems caused by Brian Lee, better known as RiceGum. RiceGum was the focus of the final content episode back in 2018. After the content episode aired, RiceGum tried reaching out to iDubbbz, challenging him to a boxing match. Ian, not tracking RiceGum's activities at the time, ignored the challenge. Come 2021, RiceGum attempted to contact Anissa, Ian's then recent wife, claiming Ian was irrelevant. He even then showcased their Twitter exchange of discussions with Anissa. Evaluating the situation, Ian accepted Brian's boxing challenge. He responded to RiceGum on Twitter, clarifying his intent and commitment to a top-tier event. When RiceGum suggested Keemstar as the event's organizer, Ian opted to oversee and manage it himself. Over the next 4 months, Ian tirelessly traveled to locations like Las Vegas and Los Angeles, conducted Zoom meetings, collaborated with boxing managers, promoters, and scouted venues. He even underwent LASIK eye surgery in preparation. After extensive searching, Ian and a boxing promoter finalized the details. However, when they approached RiceGum, he dodged their communications and eventually backed out with various excuses. Ian would then upload a video which was primarily an effort to coach RiceGum back to the event. Ian highlighted the event's benefits, including potential earnings, the charity aspect, and the nostalgic value of their match. Sadly, despite all his investments, RiceGum remained uninterested. However, a new opponent was in sight, Dr. Mike. Choosing Dr. Mike was meaningful. With a decade of boxing experience, Dr. Mike ensured a match of skill. Contrasting the speculated iDubbbz vs RiceGum bout, this event underscored the growing trend of influencer boxing, blending competition with entertainment and charity. Scheduled for May 14th in Florida, the event was titled Creator Clash. The journey of organising Creator Clash showcased Ian's aspirations in the evolving YouTube culture. The focus shifted from just videos to building communities and redefining entertainment and facilitating human connection. So how did Creator Clash play out? I'll hand it over to Just Quilted and Zino Sins to take it from here.
The inaugural Creator Clash in Tampa Bay, Florida featured 18 influencers. Hosted at the University of South Florida, all proceeds were directed to the American Heart Association and Alzheimer's Foundation of America. Online tickets were available on the event's website. Under iDubbbz's leadership, all participants had trained with boxing professionals for 6 to 8 months. Representing various platforms, the event presented an unparalleled fight card in influencer boxing. Alongside 2 professional matches, Creator Clash hosted 9 influencer bouts. The results were Dad vs Matt Watson. Dad defeated Matt Watson by TKO. The night's first match ended swiftly. Dad immediately launched into aggressive strikes, catching the enigmatic YouTuber Matt Watson off guard with a rapid barrage aimed at Watson's head.
Alex Ernst vs Ryan McGee. Alex Ernst defeated Ryan McGee by unanimous decision. In a spirited exchange, McGee and Ernst matched blow for blow throughout their 5-round contest. The initial 3 rounds saw both fighters equally matched. However, Ernst gained an edge in the 4th round. While signs of fatigue appeared on both, Ernst successfully knocked McGee down several times.
I Did a Thing versus the Odd Ones Out. I Did a Thing defeated the Odd Ones Out by TKO. The clash between I Did a Thing and the Odd Ones Out was decisively short, with the Australian inventor claiming victory just 1 minute and 24 seconds into the opening round. A sharp jab from I Did a Thing left the animator reeling, struggling to recover. The referee intervened, halting the match before the round concluded.
Yodeling Haley vs Just Minx. Just Minx defeated Yodeling Haley by TKO. Both contenders began with a flourish, delivering impressive combinations in an evenly matched first round. As the second round progressed, Minx showcased her potent right hook, gradually dominating the bout. Haley, the TikTok star, displayed resilience, enduring numerous forceful hits and even withstanding a bloody nose inflicted by Minx. Despite Haley's efforts to rally, Minx's overpowering performance led the referee to conclude the match in the 4th round.
Hundar vs AB from the H3 Podcast. Hundar defeated AB from the H3 Podcast by TKO. This cruiserweight battle was a testament to speed against strength, with Hundar ultimately prevailing. Hundar established his dominance early on, rarely getting a hit as AB saw opportunities to close in. A highlight from AB was in the third round, where he momentarily overpowered Hundar.
Michael Reeves vs Graham Stephan. Michael Reeves defeated Graham Stephan by TKO. In the lightweight bout, mad scientist programmer Michael Reeves faced financial advisor Graham Stephan, triumphing in the second round. During the initial round, Reeves demonstrated his evasive skills, sidestepping Graham's direct blows. Transitioning from defense in the first round, Reeves aggressively attacked in the second, targeting Stephan's body and then his head. Backed into a corner, Stephan cancelled, and the referee awarded Reeves the victory.
Harley, Epic Mealtime versus Aaron Hansen. Harley defeated Aaron Hansen by TKO. In their heavyweight bout, both Harley and Aaron Hansen exchanged powerful blows early on. By the second round, Harley used his reach advantage to keep Hansen at bay, readying him for a series of headshots and uppercuts. As the round neared its end, Harley's relentless strikes against the ropes led the referee to stop the fight, declaring Harley the victor.
iDubbbz vs Dr. Mike. Dr. Mike defeated iDubbbz by unanimous decision. The night's main event spanned the full 5 rounds, culminating in Dr. Mike's victory. The two evenly matched up in the first round until Dr. Mike unleashed a powerful right hook that threw iDubbbz off balance. While iDubbbz showcased his evasive skills, Dr. Mike dictated the match's tempo. iDubbbz frequently sought to clinch, hoping for a respite from Dr. Mike's relentless assault. However, Dr. Mike's dominance persisted, and iDubbbz barely managed the final punch before the closing bell.
Thanks to Quilted and Zyno for the contribution. Anyways, back to the video. Creator Clash was not only a live success, but also achieved over 100,000 pay-per-view purchases. On May 23rd, 2022, Ian released a video titled, How I Feel About My Loss, an announcement. In this, Ian recounted his bout against Dr. Mike, addressed controversies, and hinted at a possible Creator Clash 2. On January 24th, 2023, Creator Clash 2 was announced, revealing the complete list of fighters and matchups. The event took place on April 15th, 2023 at the Amalie Arena in Tampa, Florida, featuring 12 matches between prominent content creators. Ian released a trailer for the event on his YouTube channel, which was also shared in an announcement tweet. The undercard showcased a mix of new and returning fighters. Highlighted matches included Starkiller from the H3 podcast versus Dad, who had notably defeated Matt Watson in under 30 seconds the previous year. Other fights included Alana Pierce against Rip Micah, Froggy Fresh versus Chris Raygun, and Aaron Hansen against Jarvis Johnson. The main event featured a bout between iDubbbz and Alex Wasabi. Originally, Wasabi was scheduled to fight KSI the previous year, but the match was cancelled after Wasabi reportedly suffered an injury during training. Following the announcement of the new match, KSI tweeted his prediction, iDubbbz will beat Wasabi. From the get-go, Creator Clash 2 generated significant buzz on Twitter. Fighters eagerly shared promotional materials, exchanged playful jabs with opponents, and forecasted match outcomes. Anissa, iDubbbz's wife and the event's co-creator, shared the rationale behind the pairings in a series of tweets. She explained the matches were made considering not only the fighters' physical compatibility, but also their personalities and potential in ring dynamic. Mirroring the success of the first Creator Clash, which had sold over 100,000 pay-per-view tickets, Creator Clash 2 was also a charitable event. 9 charity partners were listed on the event's website, including the American Kidney Fund and the National Alliance on Mental Illness. Although iDubbbz's content and image had evolved since the height of his content cop days, some viewed this as growth while others perceived it as departure from his original essence. However, saying this, events don't always proceed without hitches. Despite the best management, conflicts can arise. This was the case with Creator Clash 2, particularly with Ian and Anissa at the helm. Froggy Fresh, a well-known YouTuber, was preparing to face commentator YouTuber Chris Raygun, but in a twist, Creator Clash 2 announced Froggy Fresh's removal from the lineup on March 25th, only 3 weeks before the main event. This decision sparked widespread backlash online, with many rallying against iDubbbz and Creator Clash 2, demanding Froggy Fresh's reinstatement. A critical point of contention was why so many of Ian's fans who once viewed him as a YouTube legend began opposing him. Many traced this shift back to 2019 when he started focusing on in-depth documentary-style content. Controversy surrounding his then-girlfriend Anissa's OnlyFans account and his reactions added fuel to this fire. These events led to a split in his fan base, with some believing he had lost his touch and others praising his evolution. A noticeable decline in his video views underscored this division. Many felt that the incident with Froggy Fresh was an extension of these issues. The official reason of Froggy's removal hinted at disapproval of his recent behaviour. This vague explanation fueled speculation, especially when juxtaposed against a recent jest he made about subscribing to Anissa's OnlyFans if he lost his fight. On top of this, further complicating matters was Froggy Fresh's connection to Sam Hyde, a controversial figure who had previously clashed with iDubbbz. Many believe that his association combined with the OnlyFans comment led to Froggy's removal. Reasoning for this was that after the release of Getting Away With It, Sam would go on to make numerous suggestive and offensive remarks about Anissa, calling her things like a succubus and a slut. Amidst the confusion, many online personalities including Keemstar and Moist Critical rallied behind Froggy Fresh. Hashtags such such as Free Froggy Fresh trended on Twitter. Discussions held on various platforms aimed to uncover the reasons behind the controversy, which put input coming directly from Froggy Fresh. At this point, accusations arose that Anissa received preferential treatment. Additionally, Gideon placed a 100k bounty for Froggy Fresh's reinstatement to a charity, attempting to corner Creator Clash 2 to showcase their commitment to the charitable aspect of the event. Harley from Epic Mealtime found himself in a unique position defending Creator Clash 2 despite his connection to Sam Hyde. He argued about Creator Clash 2's right to remove fighters like Froggy Fresh. However, this stance ignited further debates among the online community. Besides Froggy Fresh's removal, another prevailing critique was about the genuineness of the event's charitable intentions. Critics argued that the drama surrounding the event could overshadow its charitable goals. In response, Creator Clash 2 and iDubbbz donated a total of 100 grand to charities, a move that many felt was both generous and strategic. However, ambiguities persisted. The event's official response to the controversy was perceived by some as overly corporate and evasive. The specific reasons for Froggy's removal remained unclear, and the online community continued to debate the incident's various facets. Ian eventually broke his silence on the Froggy Fresh conflict after Creator Clash 2 had concluded. Whether or not the event was a success or who emerged victorious may not interest you at this point, but for the sake of record keeping, here are the quick results. Jag Manifold bested Dakota Olave with a unanimous decision from the judges. Jella Ray triumphed over Abelina Sabrina, also by unanimous decision. Dad knocked out AB Starkiller in the first round. William Haynes secured a second round TKO against Chris Raygun. Elena Pierce narrowly defeated Mika Midget by split decision. Myth took down Hundor in the first round with a TKO. Haley Shaw won against Ray, another unanimous decision. Arena Hansen redeemed himself with a TKO against Jarvis Johnson. Michelle Carrere beat Andrea Botez yet again by unanimous decision. Ethan Crank Gameplays bested Leon Hart with a TKO. John Hennigan took down Harley Morenstein also with a TKO. Alex Wasabi also won against iDubbbz through a majority decision from the judges. Regarding other notable incidents, on April 13, 2023, Sam Hyde tweeted a photo of iDubbbz at the Amalie Arena, the venue for Creator Clash 2, hinting that he'd been stalking him in disguise. This raised concerns about possible interference during the event. 2 days afterwards, a tweet from Jet Neptune revealed that a group wearing orange morph suits and posing as Garfield, including actual Garfield, were expelled from the event. One of them was suspected to be Sam Hyde in disguise, although none in the group claimed to know who Sam was. This Garfield appeared to be the same one who attended Creator Clash in 2022, as documented by Twitter user Cowjai Pineapple. However, the 2023 group was much larger. They were eventually omitted after removing their disguises. During the match between iDubbbz and Alex Basabi itself, a fan raised a poster that read "Subscribe to Anissa's OnlyFans" and nod to Froggy Fresh. Security promptly escorted the individual out as standing was prohibited during the matches. Although as attendees exited, the Garfield group reappeared with a sign supporting Sam Hyde, causing a disturbance. It seemed they had planned to create a scene on Hyde's behalf all along, but had been halted earlier at the entrance. Anyways, back to Kazuri to cover Ian's statement.
With no new episodes of Content Cop, a lack of documentaries, and a fanbase growing increasingly restless and critical, Ian made a move that plunged him right back into controversy. After already stirring the pot with the Froggy Fresh and Sam Hyde situation, Ian took a different route. On May 18th, 2023, he released a video titled "I Miss the Old iDubbbz," where he apologized for aspects of his previous content
over time, that people would see that as a reflection of who I am and what I value.
In the video, Ian expressed remorse for his Content Cop series, which had been some of his most watched videos and had played a key role in building his large following. He also addressed allegations that his content had influenced young viewers to use derogatory language.
An apology video and take accountability for the mistakes I've made. So that's what this video is. I've realized that I need to be crystal clear about what I believe, so there's no room for ambiguity. I am responsible for creating a lot of hurtful and damaging content on this channel.
His change of heart was influenced in part by a moment at a convention when a transgender fan implied that he might be transphobic before asking for a picture. Ian announced his plans to unlist all of the Content Cop videos on his channel to minimize further harm done to these marginalized communities.
And acting as if I am any better than any of these people that I was making Content Cop videos on, and I'm not. I'm a human, I'm a real human who makes mistakes, and I make a different set of mistakes than the people I was making videos on.
He also pledged to donate the apology video's proceeds to the National Alliance on Mental Health, as well as the Trans Women of Color Collective. Addressing criticisms that he was creating moral ambiguity by disavowing his own content, Ian argued that one could still enjoy the past videos while recognizing the need for their removal.
To entertain, and I think if I had to rely on my personality to entertain people, that I wouldn't have any amount of success, and that is really hard to come to terms with.
The online community had mixed reactions once again. While some praised Ian for his self-awareness, others accused him of apologizing for unproblematic content. I think it would have been much more impactful and a lot more beneficial for iDubbbz as well as everybody else if he kept the videos up, while instead redirecting their ad revenue to charity. I feel like that would have been a much better idea. About a week after Ian's video, Tana shared her thoughts on her canceled podcast. She felt she wasn't owed an apology, but she appreciated the dose of reality she got from the whole experience. However, the storm was far from over for Ian. Despite the wide-ranging reactions to his apology, things were about to get even more complicated.
Navigating the complex web of iDubbbz's rise and perceived decline requires diving deep into the murky waters of internet fame and the responsibilities that come with it. Starting with the infamous Content Cop series, iDubbbz built an empire of an unapologetic critique. Supporters argued that he leveled the playing field, revealing the hypocrisy of big YouTubers like Tana Mongeau, RiceGum, and they saw him as a necessary force, calling him out unethical behaviours and holding creators accountable. A hero of sorts for a platform sometimes seen as the Wild West. However, the inherent danger in becoming the self-appointed moral compass of the YouTube community is the height from which you can fall. Critics argue that his hard-hitting critique, while effective, ventured into the realm of pettiness, and his dealings with the Sam Hyde feud only amplified that sentiment. Furthermore, the controversy surrounding Anissa's OnlyFans venture provided ample ammunition for detractors. They claimed it showed a side of Ian that contradicted his earlier stances, marking it as hypocrisy. Though one can argue in defense that a person's views can evolve over time and supporting a loved one's choice, even if it might seem contradictory, is a personal matter, distinct from public content critique. Addressing past content is a tricky situation for any YouTuber, especially those with a tenure as long as iDubbbz. When he chose to apologise for previously questionable content, he faced a divided audience. Some lauded his maturity in recognising and addressing past mistakes, while others saw it as bending to the knee of social pressures. Here, the crux of the argument lies in whether one believes in the growth and evolution of a creator. Is every past misstep a noose that should hang around one's head, or can there be a genuine remorse and change? Credit Clash 2, though not directly a content issue, showcased the challenges YouTubers face when venturing outside their digital domain. Critics were quick to jump on its failure, citing poor planning. On the other hand, it appreciated its ambitious efforts and felt the backlash was disproportionate. The initiative's charitable aspect made the fall harder, but should one misjudgment overshadow years of content creation? The Froggy Fresh controversies further muddied the waters. While it's easy to claim that Ian's confrontational style is the root cause, one can't ignore the systematic challenges of the platform. YouTube's drama, often inflated for views, can distort genuine disputes, turning them into spectacles rather than meaningful conversations. In the end, to say iDubbbz deserved his downfall might be an oversimplification. He operated in a grey area, challenging norms and shaking the status quo. While this brought about inevitable pushback, it also carved out space for deeper discussions about content creations and ethics. It's essential to appreciate the multifaceted nature of his journey, acknowledge the flaws but also recognise the impact. The balancing act of internet fame is perilous, and Ian Jahoma's trajectory serves as a poignant testament to its highs and lows. Or maybe I'm just fucking stupid.